Hey everyone, James here on the Crypto Swiss channel. Ready for yet another reason why you were spot on about XRP and its long-term potential in the XRP ledger? I mean, it's already crystal clear at this point, right? But hey, let's add one more to the list, just for fun. Now, I'm guessing most of you listening already know this. Unless you're new here, welcome to the community. But the XRP ledger lets you tokenize literally any real-world asset. Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $34,000 in profits with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. That's right, anything. And it gets better. There's a built-in decentralized exchange, the first ever in the world, right there in the XRP ledger. It even has an auto-bridging feature that uses XRP, putting XRP in a prime position within the ecosystem. Pretty awesome, right? For years, this community has understood the massive opportunity this represents. Tokenizing real-world assets, it was always going to be huge. Imagine a future where everything in finance, from stocks to property, can be tokenized and traded seamlessly. That future is quickly becoming a reality, and XRP is right at the heart of it. Think about it. Mutual funds, treasuries, stocks, you name it. Tokenizing these assets just makes sense. Why? Because it's all about efficiency, plain and simple. This has always felt like an obvious direction. Need more proof you're on the right track? The world's biggest banks are now stepping in, embracing tokenization like it's the next gold rush. Here's why this matters. Only a few blockchains will dominate this space. I've been saying this for years. There won't be one chain to rule them all, or one coin to reign supreme. That kind of maximalism is just, well, ridiculous. Instead, a handful of chains will emerge as winners, and I've always believed that XRP Ledger will be one of them. Why? It was a first mover, and it simply works. Transactions happen in real time. They're dirt cheap, fractions of a penny cheap, and it's reliable. We've always seen the potential here, but now legacy finance is catching up and agreeing with us. Still, let me be perfectly clear. I'm not a financial expert, and this isn't financial advice. Don't buy or sell anything because of what I say or write. Always do your own research. I came across an interesting thread from Austin King that I just have to share. For context, Austin is no amateur. He's a former Ripple employee who even sold his first company to Ripple. Oh, and did I mention he's got a computer science degree from Harvard? So, safe to say, he knows his stuff. In this thread, Austin shared a clip of none other than Brian Moynihan, the CEO of Bank of America, talking about a fascinating topic. Apparently, Moynihan is considering launching a stablecoin, something like a Bank of America coin, once regulations allow it. Here's the kicker. Moynihan mentioned how only a handful of blockchains are likely to see broad adoption by banks. With thousands of chains out there, banks aren't going to back every single one, right? There will be a few winners, and XRP has a strong case to be one of them. Why? It may not have a literal first mover advantage, but as one of the earliest coins ever created, XRP certainly has a first mover-ish advantage. It's a strong contender, no doubt. Austin summed it up perfectly. Bank of America, managing over $1.62 trillion, just confirmed they'd launch a stablecoin the moment the regulatory green light is given. That level of capital is going to shake up the entire crypto world, but only a handful of networks will capture the lion's share of the value. Here's the deal. The first thing to grasp is that this isn't some wild off-the-cuff move by the Bank of America CEO. If they're planning something this big, you can bet every major US bank is gearing up for the same play. That's the reality. Think about it. Banks are some of the most cautious institutions on the planet, and for good reason. Safeguarding funds, ensuring stability, and securing the future of their business models aren't areas where they take risks. So, no, the CEO of Bank of America isn't about to go rogue and dive into something reckless, especially not with $1.62 trillion on the line. Let that sink in. $1.62 trillion. If Bank of America is jumping in, the rest of the big banks won't be far behind. This is going to be legal in the US, and when it happens, it'll spark a domino effect. Some banks will be early movers, others will take their time, and a few will lag behind. But make no mistake, it's coming. And for us early crypto adopters, this is a massive win. The big players are waking up, and we're at the forefront of the shift. Why would a bank launch a stablecoin? It's a fair question, but zoom out for a second. Banks already have an equivalent. It's called your checking account. And let's be honest, it's not exactly impressive. Think about it. Your account stores your money and lets you send payments. Stablecoins? They do the exact same thing. So why would a bank bother making its own stablecoin? The answer boils down to one thing: fees. At the end of the day, banks are businesses, and businesses chase profits. Let's break it down. Sending ACH and wire payments is expensive, but running payments on a blockchain? That's faster and cheaper. Even on a relatively slow blockchain like Ethereum, it's still more efficient. And on faster networks like Solana, XRP, or rollups, it's a no-brainer. By leveraging blockchain technology, banks can save a ton of money on transaction costs. Now, let's talk about XRP. This is exactly why XRP and its ledger makes so much sense. Think about it. Of the thousands of cryptocurrencies created, only 3 have consistently remained in the top 10 by market cap. XRP is one of them. Is that a fluke? Not a chance. It's been a leader from the start for a reason, and it's not just luck. After all, in a sea of coins, staying at the top doesn't happen by accident. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, these 3 dominate the crypto conversation for good reason. Bitcoin leads the pack as the original cryptocurrency. Sure, it's not the most advanced tech-wise, far from it actually, but it has something people value: staying power. It's managed to hold the #1 spot in market cap, and for now, it's showing no signs of losing its throne. Then there's Ethereum, the pioneer of smart contract platforms. It carved out a whole new use case in the blockchain world, and being first in that space has cemented its position. And we can't forget XRP, which predates Ethereum and was designed with a razor-sharp focus: payments. No flashy smart contracts on layer 1, though that could change. But XRP was the first to actually deliver a payment system that just works. It's functional, efficient, and built for speed and cost effectiveness. Once these technologies gain traction, they're tough to displace. XRP's ability to tokenize any asset aligns perfectly with where the world is headed. It's faster, cheaper, and simply makes sense. Why wouldn't you embrace it? Sure, legal hurdles have slowed its momentum, but those obstacles are temporary. They're bound to disappear in time. And then there's another interesting point: stablecoins. As Austin King highlights, stablecoins are redefining what a smooth payment experience looks like. They're offering something that's hard to ignore: a better, simpler way to transact. The evolution is happening, and it's exciting to watch the pieces fall into place. Few people bother with ACH or wire transfers anymore. Too slow, too pricey. Instead, apps like Venmo and Cash App dominate, cutting into banks' deposits and stealing their thunder. But guess what? Stablecoins could be the game changer here. Picture this: Bank of America launches its own coin. Intriguing, right? If they did, it could solve these headaches instantly. The big question, though, is where they'd launch this bad boy. And honestly, why wouldn't they consider the XRP ledger? It's proven, reliable, and has been around forever. It just makes sense. Here's another perk: stablecoins could eliminate back-office inefficiencies. Right now, banks pour money into entire departments just to handle asset movements. Automating all of that with blockchain tech would slash costs and boost profits. So, which networks stand to gain the most from banks jumping into the stablecoin game? The answer lies in platforms designed for seamless issuance. Solana, XRP, Ethereum. These are the heavy hitters. Next, you've got networks like Omni that let apps accept deposits from anywhere. And finally, DeFi protocols like Aave, ETHFi, and Uni are transforming the way we think about finance. Here's the thing, folks. This has always been so obvious to me. From the moment I started diving into crypto, it just clicked. How could the world not evolve to embrace something faster, cheaper, and free of unnecessary middlemen? It's a no-brainer. And let me tell you, XRP is uniquely positioned to thrive in this space. It's not just about being an early innovator, it works, plain and simple. It's reliable, efficient, and built for adoption on a massive scale. Oh, and here's some exciting news. The U.S. House Financial Services Committee just approved the Stablecoin Regulation Act, moving us one step closer to a stable framework for this ecosystem. Progress like this shows we're heading in the right direction. On April 2nd, the committee passed the Stablecoin Transparency and Accountability for a Better Ledger Economy (Stable Act) with a 32-17 vote, including support from 6 Democrats. Introduced on February 6th by Committee Chair French Hill and Digital Assets Subcommittee Chair Brian Steele, the bill was reportedly crafted with input from Tether, the world's largest stablecoin issuer. Progress is being made, though bipartisan support remains limited. But no matter how loud the resistance, this is the future. The momentum is unstoppable, and the technology is here to stay. As adoption picks up, especially with the Trump administration now steering the ship, we're poised to see major developments. Change is inevitable, folks. Just watch. It's all unfolding before us. And XRP? It stands to gain significantly. XRP powers every single transaction involving tokenized assets on the XRP ledger, making it a key player in this transformation. That's why this legislation matters. Long-term success? Absolutely. Demand? Only going up. The tide is turning, and we're on the winning side of history. Quick reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't make any decisions based solely on what I say. Play it smart, folks. Until next time, stay tuned and keep an eye on the crypto revolution.